Hello, crew. How is everybody today? What I'm going to share with you today is one particular word which I would recommend you concentrate on if you want to speed up the results in your business. This is not rocket science. This is not anything complicated. I'm not talking about funnels. I'm not talking about anything particularly deep and meaningful. It's just one word that if you can concentrate on this, it will help speed up the results in your business. So how are you going? What are you up to? What are you doing at the moment? It's really bizarre for me to be live right now because my company's doing a virtual event right now, and I feel conflicted because I should be on that, and I'm on here talking to you. There's exciting things going on. It's all good. It's all good. So if you're here with me live, say hello. If you are catching the replay later, let us know. Let us know where you're tuning in from your part of the world. If we've not met before, my name is Helen Martin, and I'm your online crew captain, which just means that I'm here of service to our amazing online crew here. We've got an amazing community here of entrepreneurs, home-based business owners, direct sellers, those in network marketing, MLM, all of the above. And what we do here is talk about modern social media strategies to build your business online. But building online is a complicated thing. There are certain things that you need to do to be successful, because you can spend a lot of time on social media thinking you're doing the right things, but you're not really getting any traction. You can, be posting, you can be even going live, and not much is going on. So what you do and how you do it and how you say it is a lot of what I talk about here. And I give you small practical tips to, hopefully help you move the needle forward. So that is true today as well. So let's have a little look-see who's here. Say a quick hello. Hello, Beth. How are you? Good to see you on. We've got Cherie as well, Yvette, Cheryl. Very exciting things happening. And there's amazing things happening out there at the moment. Life member. Hello, Sheila. How are you? It is the happy weekend. It's my Saturday morning. I've got a great weekend coming up. I've got, hi, Hero. How are you? A house full of people this afternoon. I just feel grateful that we are able to have a house full of people. Got rallies coming from interstate and family, and it's going to be awesome. We're going to have a barbecue on the deck. It's a beautiful day here, so it's going to be amazing. Hello, Melissa. How are you? Great to see you on as well. So let's get straight into the content. Because I want to ask you a few questions. I'm going to rapid fire a few questions at you, and I just want you to think. I want you to think about how, this relates to you and what you're doing on social media. And I'm going to give you one word to think about. And then, when you're planning out content with what you're doing on social media, you really want to focus on increasing this one thing. If you do more of this, you will get more results in your business because you'll be in front of more people. So what I want you to ask yourself is, how visible are you on social media? How often are you showing up? Where are you showing up? So the word that I'm suggesting that you concentrate on is visibility. How visible are you on social media? How many people are you getting your face in front of? How are you building your audience and increasing your visibility in front of more people? How often are you showing up on your personal profile? Now, I'm not talking about quotes. I'm not talking about questions. I'm not talking about that kind of content. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about Facebook Lives. I'm talking about selfies of you. I'm talking about images of you with other people where you share a story. How visible are you on social media? How often are you showing up, and where are you showing up? Is it just one platform? Is it multiple platforms? Can you do one piece of content and share it across multiple platforms to be more visible? So here's what I want you to think about. How visible is your social media presence? Where are you? How many platforms are you on? Are you cross-promoting content that you possibly could do to get more visibility? Because you know what, guys? The more you are in front of people, multiple people, whether that's a personal profile or a business page or a group or Clubhouse or Instagram or, any of the other sort of platforms, the more you show up, the more eyeballs are going to be seeing what you're doing. When you marry that with good content, whether that's branded content from a business page or personal profile content, the more visible you are, the more people are seeing what you're doing. And as long as your content is good content, you're going to have more of an opportunity to have more conversations with more people. Does that make sense to you guys? This is not complicated. But if you are relying on social media, this is how you want to build. Like, who wants to build better on social media? Do you want to do it the old way, or do you want to do it the modern way? How do you want to build your business? Now, if you want to build your business in a modern way and utilize the internet and social media and working from home and everything that you can do, you might need to up your game in being more visible. Those of you that start Facebook Lives and then stop them, you've just lost your visibility. Those of you that haven't posted a picture of yourself on your personal profile for weeks on end, where's your visibility? You want more people looking at what you're doing and what you're saying to create more conversations. How visible are you in stories? How many stories are you doing a day? Are you utilizing the stories on your business page as well as your personal profile if you've got a business page? If you're at Instagram, are you using the stories feature on Instagram? How visible are you? So how visible are you? How often are you posting? Are you telling stories? Are you in the stories feature? All of these things, how visible are you? I would encourage you to do a bit of a scan of where you're showing up in social media and sort of have a look. When was the last time you posted a picture of yourself or went live on your personal profile? Have a look. Business pages, how often are you going live? Or, is it all, inspirational quotes? Like, what are you doing? How visible are you? Is there any opportunity for you to cross promote the same piece of content? Can you put a photograph on, your personal profile and say something meaningful, and take a slightly different photograph at the same time, but a different angle, a different expression, and put that on your business page and utilize the same kind of message? Do you consider, I want your honesty here, do you think you're visible enough on social media to be attracting the attention of people? If you really want to dive deep into attraction marketing and make that work for you, the only way you can attract more people to you is to be more visible. It's not difficult, is it? Like, it makes sense. But some of you are overthinking. You spend so much time thinking about what you should be doing. You're spending so much time learning, listening to trainings like this, and you're learning. And it's like, well, I want to learn about all the products before I say anything about my business. I want to learn how to do social media before I do anything on social media. You're wasting so much brain space learning and thinking about it and knowing what you should do, but you're not visible enough at the same time. If you just bothered to take a quick photograph, you could do a selfie right now with me in the background, you watching a training and going, oh my gosh, this makes so much sense. What I'm learning right now. People don't even need to know what you're listening to. They're just thinking about how you can be more visible. This hit me a couple of days ago, and this is something I need to start doing. Like, before I go live 5 times a week. And I saw somebody doing this the other day and I thought, why the hell aren't I doing that? And I saw somebody who's quite well known in the industry just go into her stories and saying, hey, to all my entrepreneur friends, if you need to know more about such and such, I'm going live in 20 minutes to talk about that on my business page. So I'll catch you over there. It's like, what's the reason I'm not doing that? That would make me more visible in my stories and maybe get more eyeballs on my videos. Could you do that, guys? Those of you that are doing live videos, could you go into your stories, and it could be business page or personal profile, and saying, hey, I'm talking about this in 20 minutes or half an hour or an hour on my business page. Just search me and just do like a 20-second video in your stories. Is that easy enough to do? Would that not help you be more visible in your stories to then drive people to a piece of content that you were already doing? I actually thought about that about 30 seconds before I did this live, but I've still got, oh, there's more promos happening. I've still got the event training like on my phone in the background. So I wasn't organized enough, but there's simple things that you could do even on Instagram. You could go into your stories, or you could just put a post up in your stories on Instagram, going live over on FB in a minute to talk about whatever. Join me over there. It's so simple, is it not, guys? But does it help make you more visible and sort of sharing with people what you're up to? And then if you get more eyeballs on what you're doing, where you're leading people to, like, how simple is that to do, which helps you get more visibility? Simple but effective, and it could get more eyeballs on what you're doing. Does this make sense to you? Like, I know it's a simple message, guys, but you can't think about social media, think about all the things you should be doing and watching my trainings and going, yeah, I should do that. And I've done it myself like 2 days ago. It's like, why aren't I doing that? I should do more of that. And I didn't do it this morning because I've been distracted with something. But it's easy enough to do, and I'll be doing that next week. But just think of those kind of things. Have that on your forefront of your mind. How can I be more visible? And when I relate that to the new platform Clubhouse, even being in a room makes you more visible. Even listening into, somebody else's room on a topic and your face is there, it's actually, people are seeing you. They might click on your bio. It's helping you be more visible by just being in a room in Clubhouse. So that, those of you that want to sort of go there, like, Reels and TikTok, there are people that are getting their faces out there and just being more visible, that are not really doing anything rocket science, but because they're more visible, people are looking at them. And I bet there's people that you follow, and you follow them because they're here, there, and everywhere. They're just more visible. Message makes sense, guys? Just want to check in with you guys and say a few more hellos. We got Claire here. How are you? Hello, Katrin. What are you doing awake? You're normally asleep when I do my lives. Great to see you on live. Hello, Mike. How are you? We've got Julie here. I'm on 4 platforms consistently. Awesome, Julie. That's visibility. Now, I'm not saying to you guys, don't get my message wrong here. I'm not saying to you that you need to be on multiple platforms. You need to focus on where you can get more visibility, maybe on one platform or cross-promoting to 2 platforms. I'm certainly not saying you need to be everywhere all at once and, be on all platforms, because for some of you, that would be completely overwhelming. It's like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know how to use TikTok or Reels and whatever. And, I'm not really on, utilizing them at all. But I know there's little things that I can do in stories, like the example I just gave you. There's little things that you can do to help yourself be more visible. Those of you that they've got the ability to be on Clubhouse, getting your foot in the door and just listening and learning for now, but just being in rooms and maybe putting up your hand and asking a question in a room will make you more visible in front of people that never knew who you were before. So there are simple little things. That's one of the reasons that I really love Clubhouse, is that it doesn't really require any skill from you. You don't have to create graphics. You don't have to go live. You just got to show up and listen and, ask a couple of questions in a room, and you will be more visible to everybody else in that room. Like, it's a great way to increase your visibility. They're the kind of things that I'm talking about and I'm encouraging you to think about, that can just help. How can I get my face out there a little bit more? How can I, get in front of people more often? Stories on Instagram and Facebook are a great way to do that as a starting point. If you're feeling a little bit like, I don't really have a lot to talk about, I'm not very well known, I don't have much success yet, you can go into stories and show your face more often, without having to be skilled at really anything. Just share who you are. People love behind the scenes. You're learning something, you're listening to a live like this, you take a selfie in your stories, you put it on, say, learning something new today, this is awesome. Just share you. Just be more visible, and it doesn't all have to be business. Think of TikTok and Reels and stuff like that, and people are doing, and that may not be your thing, and it doesn't have to be your thing. I'm just using that as an example because people are getting really high profiles and followers from just doing silly little things on TikTok and Reels. Like, it can help you be more visible. You can also spend a lot of time on those platforms for no gain because you don't know what you're doing. So balance that. I know that might sound a little bit strange. Yeah, it might get you more visibility, but are you actually going to make more money? It depends what you're doing. So you still want to have your smarts about you and your branding message about you and stuff like that. But it's just ideas to throw at you depending on what you want to concentrate on. But if you can be more visible, if you can show your face more often, if you can go live more often, if you can be in your stories more often, and don't overthink it and try not to get overwhelmed with it. Just sit back and have a think, how visible am I actually really on social media? You know, and if you're kind of sitting back thinking, I'm actually not that visible, I'm not on social media that much. You're scrolling, you're looking, you're listening, you're learning, you know, all that kind of stuff. You need to flip that equation. You need to be just as visible as much as you're learning. So some of you might need to step back the learning a little bit and actually just take more action. Does that make sense to you guys? Julie, I need to use stories more consistently, and it takes a bit of a habit because you know, it may not be something you're used to. And I'm not perfect, guys. I still fall back in because I get really, really busy. And there are some days that I just go from call to call to call to call to call to webinar to Zoom call to going live to be in one of my groups, you know, doing a live Q&A call, whatever it is. And I just, you know, the day goes by and I haven't put something in my stories. Whereas if I took like 30 seconds to take a picture, like on to the next thing, like it's just a matter of reminding yourself. And I'm mentioning this to bring it more into the forefront of your mind. Anything that you can think about that go, oh, yeah, I need to increase my visibility a bit more, because that's going to get you in front of more people. And we are in a business where you need to connect with more people. You need to build your audiences faster. You know, personal profile groups, business pages, how can you grow more of an audience faster? And the more people that are looking at you and you are visible in front of, you know, the more connection, the more ability that you've got to attract people to you. Does that make sense? I've started doing Facebook Lives again. I know I need to plan ahead to provide valuable content. And that's all it is that's really helpful, is planning. Just have a think about this and it's like, wow, I'm not really that visible at all. I'm learning a lot about how to build on social media, but I'm not actually showing up on social media. I'm not doing live videos. I'm not doing that. Like, just evaluate for yourself where you're at and plan for how you can increase that. Okay. Go live a lot. Thanks to you. And don't forget, I'm not visible enough yet. Okay, great. So it's just an acknowledgement and you can become more visible. Just, you know, a reminder, the video challenge group is opening next Monday. We are starting a 14-day free Facebook Live video challenge on the 1st of March. If you go to this group here, it's just called Online Crew Video Challenge. Just search for that group. You can request to join and answer the questions. You'll be allowed into the group on Monday to start your planning. So we've got a week before we actually get started, but there's a few things that you need to do before we actually start the challenge. So get your friends in there. Who can you help? You know, conquer the fear of live videos. Invite them into the challenge. It's free. You got nothing to lose. I guide you every step of the way with the technical stuff, the content, you know, all that kind of stuff. Cheryl, I need to up my game. And most people do. And this is just all I want to highlight today in today's video is, do you need to up your game a little bit with your visibility? Because if you're not that visible, then where's your expectations of how successful you're going to be on social media? You just might need to up your game a little bit with your visibility on what you're doing and where you're doing it and how you can actually do it in a really smart way. You don't want to be on all platforms all the time because it's going to exhaust you. You don't want to go live 5 days a week necessarily like I do, unless you've got the audience to justify that. So just put it all into perspective as to where you should be and how often you should be there. But it might just be a good starting point to be more visible in your stories. That just might be step one. Okay. Being consistently visible is key. Repurposing content has been a huge time saver for me. Yeah, that's awesome, Katrine. That's what we need to do. I'm doing live stories on both personal and fan page. That's great. Cherie, hey Gloria, how are you? Great idea. Okay. Sorry, I just lost my spot there. Facebook and Messenger stories. Yes. Such a great tip. Great idea to promote my live in stories before going live. Mostly do it after the fact. Well, that's okay as well. You could do that. And, you know, I'm going to go and do that now. I'm going to go into my stories and say, I have just gone live talking about one big thing that is really important to you if you want to be successful on social media. So go and catch the live that I just did. If you missed me live, catch the replay. So I'm going to go and do that now. There's lots of people that don't catch my lives for whatever reason, time frame, busy, whatever. But if they're scrolling through Facebook later and they see that in my stories, it might prompt them to go and say, I wonder what she talked about. That's going to help increase my visibility. And it's so simple to do. So we like simple things, don't we, guys? Hey, Jackie, how are you? Such simple things we don't think of to gain visibility. Exactly. Hey, Laura, how are you? That makes sense. Good. Yvette, yes. Love the ideas. Good. Hey, Deborah, good to see you here. I sometimes struggle with topics for lives. I don't like to talk about products all the time. You shouldn't be talking about your products at all. You can do curiosity about products, Melissa, but whatever here's a tip for you, Melissa, whatever your products represent, so whatever sector of the industry. So let me give you one example. I don't know what products yours are, Melissa, but let's say they're health and wellness products. That's the kind of industry that you're in. You want to do lives around things that are going to help people have healthier lives, healthier skin, healthier bodies, more energy, whatever. Think about things that are going to give value to people that aren't to do with your products. You gain respect from people when they learn things from you, and you share things with them and give valuable information when there's no expectation of a sale at the end of it. So then when you do a live about a curiosity live about a product that you're using, then they're more likely, they're already primed to listen to you. There's already a level of respect there for you because you've given them so much value, and tips about the sector of the products. I hope that makes sense, the industry of the products that you're on. So you don't want to be doing lives all the time about your products because it's just sales. That's how people are perceiving it. Or what's she trying to sell to me now? You want to gain the respect of people as a human being, as somebody that can be helpful to somebody in a particular sector of the market. For some of you, that might be helping people build a business online. For others of you, that might be helping people get healthier in a certain way, or, fashion, or, insurance or finance, or whatever your company represents. You want to provide valuable information on your lives about what your industry represents, not just selling products all the time. It gets boring for people. They switch off and they see you as a salesperson. They don't see you as somebody that's giving value. Okay. Katrine, finishing a lead magnet while my family is asleep. Okay, so you're up working late. Clubhouse is amazing. I made friends with high-profile people around the world, even some celebrities. And this is the amazing thing about Clubhouse. There are so many celebrities, gurus are on there, and they're happy to, friend people, who are anyway. It doesn't matter how successful you are or who you are. We now have those kind of people within our reach, like Jackie was just saying. So it's really amazing for that. Story while watching training, selfie and learning something incredible today. So easy. Awesome. Well done. The more eyeballs you can get on yourself, you will create more opportunities. And Jackie, that's in a nutshell what I'm sharing with you today. You need more eyeballs on you to have more opportunities for conversations. You never know when somebody's going to come across you for the first time and go, where's this person been all my life? I can learn so much from them. I didn't even know they existed in social media, but, they're awesome. And I'm learning so much from them. Like, you need new people looking at you all the time. So that only comes with visibility. So you want to increase your visibility wherever you can, whatever's appropriate for you. Hello, I've got no idea who that is. Facebook StreamYard's obviously dropped you off, so you must be watching from one of my groups rather than my business page. So just click the StreamYard link at the bottom of the live, and then I'll be able to see who you are. Yes, it does. Thanks. Great, Debbie. Makes sense. All good. Not very visible at the minute. So that's the realization of what are your goals, guys, and work backwards from that. And it's like, no, I really do want to give this social media thing a go. I want to be able to earn income online from my business. I don't want to be a slave to my job anymore. I want to have more choices. I want to have more money in the bank at the end of the month than bills. What are your goals? And if you have a vision and an insight and an inspiration for what you can achieve with your business, whatever business that is, then you may need to up your game with visibility, because you can't expect to be successful by utilizing social media if you're not visible. If you're not going live, you're not doing any selfies, you're not showing your face, you're not building rapport with anybody. So how the hell do you expect to get any success or earn any money out of your business if you're not visible? So it's really that important. So if you can manage your expectations, say, I'm not showing up, I'm not going live enough, I'm not even doing selfies, like I'm not in stories, I'm not doing any of that. Well, then don't be surprised when no money is hitting your bank account and your business isn't growing. It's just, you know, bottom line, isn't it, guys? Let's consume less content, watch training and create more. Stop overthinking, sharing stories, what you're doing anyway. And just learn to, that's a great, you know, suggestion, Katrine, and roll with social media as you're doing it. You can do stories on the fly really quickly. You can take a picture right now. You can do you can minimize the volume and, you know, from me on a computer, talk into it and go, I never really thought about, you know, building my business online on how this little important thing is, you know, whatever. It's just so simple. So stop overthinking it and just actually do it. You never know who's watching. And honestly, guys, there's always somebody watching, always somebody watching. And when you get those messages saying, I've been watching you for months, what are you up to? What are you doing? Or I've been watching you for months and I really love the way that you, you know, all the valuable information that you share. Could you help me in my business? You know, there's always somebody watching, guys. So you keep the visibility up, even though you think nobody's watching. They are. They are. Hey, Ellie, how are you? I'll be on the challenge, the video challenge. Awesome. Well done. Confession. I don't. Can you explain that for me, Ford? It is health and wellness. Got it. Curiosity post. Thank you. So if you are in health and wellness, Melissa, share tips with people to help them get healthier that are simple. Something that I kind of hash here and I say over and over again is, although the dentist didn't agree, I'm not sure if I shared this here recently, like something, you know, you could say to somebody, do you have a sluggish, you know, digestive system? Our gut health is so important because a lot of our health issues, you know, relate to our gut health. So if you just get some warm water in the morning and squeeze a little bit of lemon in it and have that first thing in the morning, then it kickstarts your metabolism and helps your digestion sort of going. You know, that's just sort of one example. Although a squirrel moment, guys, I went to the dentist the other day. I've shared this somewhere on social media, maybe in one of my groups. But I went to the dentist and she said, you know, there's some issues there, and was wondering, like, and she actually said to me, do you drink Coke when you eat your dinner at night? And I'm like, no, I've never drunk Coke. And then she said, do you eat dessert every night after dinner? I said, no, I don't. Do you eat lollies just before you go to bed? No, I don't. I was like, where the hell is she going with this? And she said to me, do you drink lemon water first thing in the morning? And I haven't actually done that because there's something else that I'm doing. I'll share that in a second. And I haven't actually done it religiously for, you know, a couple of months now, first thing in the morning, but I've done it for a very long time. And she asked me that, and I said, yeah, I do. And that's all she asked. And I said, why do you ask that? And she said, because it's so acidic and it's really bad for your teeth. Anything really, really acidic is bad for your teeth, and it can help deteriorate your teeth. And I thought, well, it's not that at the moment, but I did tell her, like, those of you that know anything about gut health, do you know about apple cider vinegar? And when you drink it before meals and you drink apple cider vinegar, it helps with digestion. I drink apple cider vinegar in my water every day, every morning, every day. And so one of my favorites, a lot of people can't stand the taste, so there is that, apple cider vinegar and lemon. And that's what I drink in my water often during the day. So now I've started drinking it with a straw. So there's your health and wellness tip for the day. Melissa, share that one. You know, if you're drinking things that are bad for your teeth, drink through a straw. It's not going to eliminate the whole problem because it's still in your mouth, but it can help minimize the issues for your teeth, because of really acidic things, and obviously sugary things is what she was sort of getting at, is really bad for your teeth. You know, it's just little valuable things like that, Melissa. That's what I mean. That's what it gets more eyeballs on you. If you share little pieces of valuable content in health and wellness, if that's the products you're selling at the end of the day, you do more of that, and then less of the selling. And then you do share a product. Guys, I just wanted to share with you something I've changed in my routine that's helping me get more energy. And it's a product, and then you share that with curiosity, unless you're in a group which you're actually selling in the group and that's expected of the group. Like, it depends what you're doing and where you're doing. There are lots of variables to my example here. You might talk about exactly what it is, but if it's on like a personal profile or a business page or something like that, you're going to keep that curiosity about what the product is, not actually what it is, because that's when people go to Google and they could even find the product on a company branded website, and they go, oh, that looks really interesting, what Melissa showed on her live. I might go and get some of that, and they Google it rather than messaging you. And then suddenly they found a company website and they've bought it and you don't even know. That's the kind of thing you want to avoid. Hey there, go Helen, love it. We'll try that one. Julie's saying hello to Sean. Oh, maybe Sean was the one where StreamYard had dropped off. Yeah, that's a shame I didn't see him. Brilliant, got it. Okay, we'll leave it on that note because I've talked enough about it. But this is the kind of thing you want to share with teams. If you've got teams that don't want to talk to their family and friends about their business and they do want to grow on social media, then you need to ask them the question, well, how visible are you? If you want to do this and you want to go out to the cold market, you want to meet new people, you want to make more friends and be, actually connect with more people and build your business via social media instead of hassling your family and friends, then you've got to encourage people to be more visible. And that might just be as a starting point in somebody's stories. It might just be encouraging them to get some confidence up, to just share a little bit more about their life and behind the scenes and their dogs or their cats or, whatever it is in stories, and just get a little bit more confidence up in sharing stories without, and overcoming that, well, I don't know anything about the business. I'm new. I'm not successful. No one's listening to me. What are people thinking about me? That's just a very, starting point. Okay. Those of you that are more regular, you're doing lives regularly, you're using stories regularly, up your game. Become even more visible than you already are. Do more stories. Save your stories in Facebook and post them to Instagram as well. And then it's going on Instagram, your business page, if it's linked, as well as personal stories. Like, just up your game, up your visibility. Those of you that are in Clubhouse, get in more rooms when you've got the time for it. But don't be distracted by it. You could be distracted by Clubhouse for hours and hours and hours and hours. It's never going to help you build your business. Okay, so be strategic with it. Put up your hand, ask a question in a room to help you make yourself be more visible. Okay, little things like that. But bottom line, up your game. I'm going to up my game more with visibility, because it's just, the more eyeballs are on me, the more opportunities I have to have conversations with different people that I don't even know yet. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. Was that valuable for you to think about? Is there some of you watching live here or catching the replay that are like, yep, I need to up my game. I absolutely need to be more visible, even if that's just in stories as a starting point, which is not difficult. You need to stop listening and learning from that and just go and do a story. Those of you that are here, go and do a story after this live. I encourage you to go and do that. Just be more visible. Okay. All right, Julie, that's what we like to see. Okay, Joe, Coach, I'm upping my game. Awesome. Well done. Now I'm going to leave it there, guys. I've talked long enough. It is the weekend. I hope you have an amazing time. Make sure you make time for yourself as well as your loved ones, just make sure you have time for a little bit of an R&R before the next week comes along. So I will see you guys next week for more great free training. Don't forget the doors open to the video challenge group on Monday. People have got a week to get in before we start on the 1st of March, but you want to get into the group and start getting organized. Listen to video 1, 2, and 3 that are already in the group. Video 1 is a long one. It sets all down the foundation of, the video challenge. So if somebody's new to the group, you need to give them time and don't get them in on the 1st of March when we're just starting the video challenge, because it's going to be too overwhelming for them to catch up. Okay. So again, facebook.com/groups/online crew video challenge. That's the name of the group. Just request to join and answer the questions, and we'll let you in on Monday and you can start prepping for it. Okay. So have an amazing weekend, guys, and I will catch you next week. Bye.